We're talking about brain power saving strategies, and specifically the open and closed loop strategy that I know will save your brain from strain. We're going to be diving in. Do you want blissful balance in your personal and professional life? Great. What's up, guys? My name is Cary and I want to help you happy hustle a life you love, one full of passion, purpose, and positive impact. I'm a lifestyle entrepreneur, a professional model / actor, a digital marketing specialist, a podcast host, author, a biohacker, an eco warrior, a martial artist, a hippie cowboy, and a humanitarian. My goal is to educate, inspire, and entertain you to live a life of passion, purpose, and positive impact. It is time to happy hustle your dream reality. Yee-yee! Brain Power Protocol. Open and closed loops. If you want to maximize and optimize the use of your brain, then you need to listen to the end of this. What's up, guys? My name is Cary and I am the lifestyle entrepreneur and author and founder of The Happy Hustle. And I am so stoked to talk to you about this brain power protocol, open and closed loops. It is something that I recently started implementing thanks to a guy I had on the podcast, my friend Kriss Berg. I got to give him credit. He talked about open and closed loops and how you can actually save your brain strain. And I just made that rhyme up, but I hope you like it. Save your brain strain by using this brain power protocol. Okay. And if you know anything about the brain, which I am going to get into some science on the brain, then you know you have a finite amount of decisions it can make successfully in any given day. Therefore, you need to save your brain power for the most important decisions. See, the prefrontal cortex and the hippocampus, I'm just going to get into the nerdery here, are the most critical parts of the human brain for decision making. And that decision making process contains 4 steps. And in the initial step, the stimuli produced by the sensory inputs excite a set of hippocampal neurons as a part of the neural system. All that to say, there are ways that you can optimize that decision making and really remove strain. And I want to get into this open and closed loop concept. Okay. Now, I'll give you just a little example, right? Myself, I made this mistake. I would open loops. I would send emails, text, make phone calls, send video messages, DMs in the later part of a day, in the PM part. Okay. So afternoon, I would, fire off a text message or make a phone call or DM somebody. And then what that would do is open a loop, either for a question, either for a conversation, either for, maybe it was a outreach. And then I would eventually have to respond to that open loop during my time that was dedicated for my family or for myself. And I know you can resonate with opening loops in the PM. And this is a protocol that I used to do. Now what I do is I open the loops in the AM early in the morning, and I close the loops by the afternoon. Okay. This simple brain power protocol of opening loops in the AM and closing them by the PM will save you so much time and decision making brain power because you have a protocol, and it will also give you back your time with your family. Okay. Now, I also want to get into something that can actually help keep your brain young and really optimize that brain protocol. Now, and this is really top of mind for me too, because I don't know if you know this, in April of 2022, I experienced deathly carbon monoxide poisoning at levels that almost killed me. It was 16.9% in my bloodstream, and 20% in your bloodstream of CO poisoning is the lethal dose. So I was very close to death's door. My dog actually saved my life. He woke me up from an unconscious stupor after I cracked my head open, was bleeding. It was a crazy thing, but I still have issues in my brain because of it. So I'm always looking for things to to do to keep my brain young and to, like help my brain power in the protocol. Like the opening and the closing of loops is a simple protocol that just makes my time more effective, and it doesn't, like, it keeps my brain power focused for a finite amount of time where then I can relax afterwards, right? Instead of having to be on all day long, right? And into the hours of night. So here's some things that you can do, and this is right from the Harvard Health article. There's, essentially 12 ways you can keep your brain young, and I just want to get into these as well. But one is get mental stimulation. So you need to be regenerating new cells inside your brain. Okay, this does something called neurogenesis, which helps with developing neurological plasticity, which essentially builds up, your brain and helps prevent future cell loss. Okay, the second thing is get physical exercise. Like getting physical exercise, it's actually one of the best things for your brain and helps actually boost your mood. So it talks about how you can actually bring oxygen-rich blood to the region of the brain responsible for thought just by exercising and moving that ass. When you move that ass regularly, like minimum 30 minutes a day, I would say also elevating your heart rate, like not just walking, but like pushing yourself, you actually will help your brain and, bring new blood cells and oxygen to that region. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Apologies for interrupting your programming. But I have to tell you, the best investment you can make in yourself is one in which helps you acquire skills. You've probably heard people talk about, oh, just invest in yourself and you'll be successful. Yes, that's true to a degree, but you have to invest in skills that will ultimately help you achieve your desired results. And I think one of the best skills one can possess, be it an entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur, is the sales sword. Really knowing how to sell, utilizing pressure-free persuasion, which will make you more money and more impact. Now, if you want to know how to sell more efficiently and effectively, I just launched a sales course called The Proven Roadmap Process to Selling Millions of Dollars and helping you to increase your conversions, guaranteed. And you can get access to this new sales course that the Happy Hustle is launching at thehappyhustle.com/sales. And if you act fast, you'll get it at the lowest price it'll ever be available, because we are launching it and we want to gain amazing testimonials and social proof to further share this knowledge. So if you act fast, you can get it at the lowest price it'll ever be. That's at thehappyhustle.com/sales. Now let's get back to this episode. The third thing is just improving your diet, right? So good nutrition can help your mind as well, like really just dialing in whole foods. You can really think about like what foods really help your brain. A Mediterranean style diet is actually really good, which emphasizes more fruits and vegetables and fish and nuts and unsaturated oils like olive oil, plant sources of protein, stuff like that. That helps. Also, fight against dementia. Now we're talking about number 4, improve your blood pressure. So this is something that can really, help you just in many facets of life. But high blood pressure actually increases the risk of cognitive decline greatly. And you can fight against it by staying lean, exercising regularly, stuff like that, reducing stress. Improve your blood sugars, number 5. Diabetes is an important risk factor for dementia. So, if you're going to, think about your brain and the power protocol, like, you actually want to think about how you can decrease, your blood sugar. And if your blood sugar is high, you'll need medication to achieve control sometimes. So you want to, make sure that you're in control of your blood sugar. Number 6, improve your cholesterol. High levels of LDL, aka quote unquote bad cholesterol, are associated with an increased risk of dementia. Diet and exercise, weight control, avoiding tobacco, all this stuff will go a long way in improving your cholesterol. Number 7, consider low dose aspirin. I've actually, I don't take it as much, but like low dose baby aspirin can actually help vascular dementia. It can help reduce the risk of it. So you can ask your doctor about it if you want to check that out. Number 8, avoid tobacco, like all forms of tobacco, not good for your brain. Number 9, don't use alcohol or abuse it. A little bit here and there is okay. I love a good beer just as much as the next guy, but I do so in moderation. So use discernment when drinking. Number 10, care for your emotions. Like be really careful who you let into your inner circle, and anxiety, depression, sleep deprivation, exhaustion, stuff like that like will really hurt your cognitive ability to perform. So really make sure that you take care of yourself and you fill your cup. Number 11, protect your head. Like even when I play soccer, like heading the ball now, I like do my best to avoid headers. I used to be the guy who was like headbutting everybody and everything, and I would be up, getting after it. But unfortunately, you got to protect your head because, concussions will increase the risk of cognitive impairment. And then number 12, build social networks. A lot of the blue zones are where people live the longest in the world. Those people who are increasing their longevity have strong social ties and a community and network of people that they love and trust. And, it also is good for your brain health and increases your life expectancy and decreases your risk of dementia, lowers blood pressure, all the things. So those are some ways to keep your brain young. I know we're talking about like the opening and closed loops as like a strategy within the power protocol, but I also just wanted to drop some of that knowledge on you because this is something that I think can really help you. It can help a lot of people, but the open and closed loops was the thing that kind of sent me on the rabbit hole here. So just think about, even if you just do a couple of these things like exercise and decrease your alcohol use and maybe not even, consider tobacco, and, little stuff like this can go so far in just, helping you perform at your cognitive peak. And that's what it's about. If you want a happy hustle, ambition and well-being and harmonize the two in a systematic way, then you got to think about the noggin and using it wisely. So we talk about it. We're talking about the brain power protocol, and I hope you got some value because that was the episode for today. All right. If you did get some value and you want to go deeper, my new book, I got to say, I'm so stoked. This is the pre-release copy, but it's here and it is on my website available for pre-order. You can go to thehappyhustle.com/book. And when you pre-order it, you can actually get over $350 worth of bonuses, like legit bonuses, masterclasses, workbooks, all sorts of cool stuff. If you pre-order, check it out, thehappyhustle.com/book. Regardless, thank you so much for tuning in. Like and share this bad boy and just keep on happy hustling. I appreciate you. I'm out. Peace and love, y'all.